Hello everybody, welcome back to our latest live stream. I hope you guys are all doing well. This is again my first live stream back at home, and this will probably be my only live stream back at home until I go on another trip. Again, I'll be returning again on July 5th or 6th, somewhere in that time frame. But I do appreciate everybody tuning in. If you're just tuning in for the first time, I would again appreciate if you hit the like button down below. Make sure to subscribe if you're new here. We're gonna have a pretty interesting live stream. This is not a typical live stream that I do, but we'll actually be going over the tropics to begin with, and eventually going towards some severe weather coverage a little bit later on, and that'll probably be in about 20 to 30 minutes, if not maybe even a little earlier than that. So we're going to go over the 4 tropical systems as of right now, because it is actually a fairly active tropical right now time frame. I mean, we're talking about 3 or 4 different areas of development right now. Obviously we got potential tropical cyclone 2 that is right now near South America. That'll be making landfall over the next few days. We got an invest that's right off the coast of Texas. That's expected to bring some rainfall to Texas. And there's also another system right now out in the western Atlantic Ocean that will eventually be heading off to the west. So there's actually a lot to watch, obviously, with terms of the tropics. We will also go over the severe weather because we have several severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing as of right now. I don't expect much of a tornado threat tonight, so I won't probably be paying attention too much in terms of at least being live for too long tonight, but I'll be definitely going over some of the ongoing storms here in a little bit. But let's hop into the tropics as of right now. Let's kind of give you a breakdown of what's happening in that regard. Let me go and change it over to this screen, and this is kind of a look at, that's actually not the right look. All right, we're gonna go back to this screen. This is a look at all the ongoing systems as of right now, though. So we have 3 different areas of development. We have one back out here in the western Atlantic. This one we won't be really paying attention too much to as of right now. It has a 20% chance of developing over the next 5 days. That'll be heading off to the west northwest. The projected track as of right now is actually potentially going to go possibly towards Florida. Here's a look at the computer models and what it's kind of suggesting. Actually, it's not suggesting anything on this actually, but the computer models are right now suggesting for the most part that this area of a development will likely go really toward the greater Antilles and potentially go off to the northwest and potentially even go towards Florida. Now, it does not seem like it'll develop into much if it's able to strengthen at all. I don't expect it to become much more than just maybe a tropical depression or even maybe a low-end tropical storm. That's all I'm expecting out of that one. Obviously, we have our ongoing potential tropical cyclone 2. I'll get more on that in just a second. Again, wind speeds right now at 40 miles per hour, interacting with a lot of land, so it's been struggling to develop into really anything beyond what it is right now. It will likely become a tropical storm, though, no later than hopefully. I don't think it'll become, I mean, it's probably going to become probably tomorrow a tropical storm. I don't think it's going to keep waiting and waiting and waiting, because I think there will be a bit more development as it heads into a bit more of open waters before eventually making landfall in Central America. And also we have another system up here closer to Texas, and we'll be paying a lot of attention to this as well. This actually is at sustained winds of 35 miles per hour. It is likely to make landfall tomorrow at some point, so this will definitely be something to watch as well. Area development again just off the coast really of the southeastern portions of Texas, so this will be a system to watch. Overall impacts will be minimal, but definitely make sure you're keeping this in mind. Some heavy rainfall definitely to even the Houston area is definitely going to be possible. Rainfall totals between maybe 3 to 6 inches cannot be ruled out, so that's kind of what we're looking at as of right now in terms of the tropics. We also have an invest as of right now out in the Pacific Ocean. This is not really much of a concern. It will be going really away from land, but we will look at it just a little bit. And again, severe weather is ongoing. We'll get to that a little bit later in this forecast. All right, let's hop right into the ongoing let's go. Let me try to figure this out real quick. I haven't been on my computer in so long. All right, here's a look as of right now at our little stuff here. So this is a look at the ongoing system over here, potential tropical cyclone 2. Again, this is the ongoing area. This is your area where we have that ongoing, circulation. That's where the low pressure system is currently centered. It's just off the coast really of South America here, and it's gonna be heading off to the west, and eventually it's gonna be going towards Central America. Again, some impacts will definitely be made, some gusty winds, again up to maybe 50 to 60 miles per hour. It does not seem like it'll become a hurricane because it's just staying so far to the south, really staying really along land, which is helping to keep it much weaker, which is very good news overall. Heavy rain will definitely be possible with this, but it is moving at a pretty good pace, so I don't expect it to be, significant rainfalls in terms of, a feet of rain. I'm only expecting maybe a few inches in some of those areas. Here's a look at the track from the National Hurricane Center as of right now, and you can really just see as of right now that this is going to be heading off to the west, and I'm not on the right screen. But this... Did you guys see it before? I don't know if you could. Here's a look at it as of right now, though. Again, the circulation's right now right around South America. Here's a look, though, at the National Hurricane Center's track as of right now. Again, this is kind of what we're looking at. So, again, tropical storm warnings ongoing across portions of South America there near Venezuela as well as Colombia. Again, that'll be heading off to the west. Tropical storm likely to develop. We also have hurricane watches actually are in effect here across, it looks like, is that Costa Rica? So kind of in the Costa Rica area, there's actually already a tropical or a hurricane watch there. There's also tropical storm watches outside of that. that. Will this become a hurricane? I don't think so, but it may. It definitely has a potential, but at this point, it would have to really either slow down or just rapidly strengthen over this open waters here between Thursday afternoon into Friday afternoon. It's a very small time frame to really get to it from a tropical storm up to a hurricane. And by the way, if you've been watching the system for a while, this actually was supposed to go up here to the northwest originally. Luckily, it didn't, because if it did, we could be talking about a hurricane coming towards the United States. Luckily, that's not going to happen, though, because that cold front right now going through really the United States actually keep this further to the south. The Bermuda High is kind of blocking it off as well. Eventually, by the way, it might become a hurricane by the time it enters the Pacific Ocean. So this will be kind of like one of those crossover type storms. Here's a look at the low pressure system, by the way. So again, it's really on the coastline right now of Venezuela. So that's kind of what we're looking at as of right now. Again, here's your track as of right now. Most computer models, again, keeping this basically south of Mexico. It might impact portions of Mexico, maybe some rain, maybe some waves, increased amount of waves, definitely a possibility. Here's a look at what most of the computer models are showing as well. And again, this is kind of what we're looking at as of right now. Most of these showing tropical storm level before making landfall, eventually weaken briefly before kind of spiking again, and eventually re-strengthening as it enters into the Pacific Ocean. So this will definitely be a system to watch, as I mentioned before. Long-term guidance really all over the place. Again, it could go, the cone just gets larger the further out we go, but it could go anywhere to the north, closer to Mexico. It also could go way out to sea. It's a big question mark beyond really even 5 days out. So it'll have to be something to watch pretty closely. All right, let me real quickly, again, we'll be going over the other systems here in just a second. All right, cool. All right, back over to this system. So this is the one, again, off the coast of Texas as of right now. Again, this has been a system that's been ongoing for the last several days. It started over near the Florida Panhandle, and it is now moving off to the west. It'll be eventually heading toward Texas, and it actually has been bringing some shower and thunderstorm activity to the coastline of Texas there. Nothing significant. This isn't really a big system by any means. Here's your area of circulation if you didn't already see that. That's where we really have the thunderstorm activity ongoing. Again, winds between about 30 to 35 miles per hour at the surface, which is kind of what we're looking at as of right now. Again, it's kind of that tropical depression range, but it's not really an organized system, so it's not going to become a tropical depression yet. Has a 40% chance of developing over the next 48 hours, which again, it's going to make landfall probably within the next 24 hours. So it won't be really developing much beyond that, but it may become, again, possibly either a tropical depression, or even it could become a low-end tropical storm, and it could become either Bonnie or Colin for its name. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Here's a look at where the low pressure system is as of right now. Again, it's just east of Texas by about 50 to 100 miles or so. So that's kind of what we're looking at as of right now. Here's a look at the computer models, by the way, and where it's bringing it. So those that live in North Texas, there is actually some good news here. It's going to most likely go towards Texas. But the bad news, where this low pressure system goes, let's just say it goes here, most of the rain is going to be on this side. So if you're like in DFW, for example, most of the rain may miss us. That's the unfortunate part about it. But it's kind of how most of these tropical storms and whatnot work anyways. Even a low pressure system like this, most likely a lot of the rain will stay on the eastern side. Before, some computer models will bring it this way. That could have brought us maybe some rain to areas that really desperately needed it over in central Texas, but unfortunately it looks like it'll be kind of going in this direction, bring maybe some good amount of rainfall totals to this area, between 1 to maybe up to 4 inches depending on where you are, even up as high as 6 inches, by the way, near Houston. More on that again in just a moment. Here's a look as of right now at the intensity. I don't know why this model is bringing it so high. I don't understand that, but other than that, all the computer models again are keeping it at tropical storm level or lower, which actually more are bringing it towards a tropical storm over the next 24 hours in comparison to what we saw on the latest model run. So it is possibly a little bit higher of a chance now than what it was before in terms of becoming at least a low-end tropical storm. Now, what is the difference between that happening and a a strong tropical depression or just an invest? There isn't much of a difference in this scenario. It's really going to be the same impact. Some, again, a lot of rain potentially to some areas, between about 3 to 6 inches for the most part for those near Houston. Other than that, just some gusty winds. I mean, it's not really a big difference at this point. The only difference is it's going to be named. All right, here's a look at the other system right now over in the Pacific Ocean as of right now. This is the invest right now. I think it's 95L, if I'm not mistaken. Or 94E, is that what it is? That it looks like it's 94E. So this is the one that we're looking at right now, though. This is the ongoing invest. This is moving off to the west. Again, I won't pay attention too much to it. Here's the track as of right now. Really not much of a concern in the United States, or really anywhere in landfall terms at this point. It'll be moving off to the west. All the computer models directing it that way. It may become a tropical storm before weakening again as it goes into cooler waters. Here's a quick look at the ongoing, these are the names, by the way. Credit to tropics.com, by the way. Alex has already been named. Again, that was our first system of the year. Bonnie will be next. That could either be the potential tropical cyclone 2, or it could even be the one in the Gulf of Mexico if it's able to develop. Otherwise, Bonnie or Colin, they're both up for grabs right now. Those would be our next two names. After that, Danielle, Earl, and so on. That's kind of where our names will be at that point. Here's a look again at the ongoing, where we're at in this tropical storms or hurricane season, excuse me. So as of right now, this is kind of where we're at, is right about here. And again, we'll be kind of going into a bit more of a spike once we get close to August. And again, we'll keep you updated with the latest here on our YouTube channel with the latest on all the tropical weather, by the way. It won't be just one system. All right, here's a quick look at the overall rainfall totals being estimated by computer models. So this is one by the European model. It's estimating between 3 to 6 inches potentially near the coastline. This is near Houston, for example. So there could definitely be some heavy rainfall totals there. The European model, for the most part, is kind of taking this low pressure system off in this direction. That's keeping most of the rainfall currently closer to Louisiana, as well as areas like Alabama, Mississippi. Those areas seem to be getting the majority, at least, of where this rainfall will be heading over the next several days. That's at least from the European model. The GFS model is a little bit different in that regard. It's bringing it a little bit closer to DFW. You can kind of see, again, low pressure system will be kind of centered down here and eventually moving off to the north in this direction. And it would likely bring the most rainfall to this area. And it actually does estimate as much as, 6 to 7 inches of rain potentially in an isolated location or two. So that's what we're looking at in terms of overall rain totals at this point for these systems. So definitely a lot to watch over the next several days. Again, this will be a system that we have to watch very closely. Not really because of it really just becoming a tropical storm, but a lot of rainfall could come out of it right along the coastline. Once it enters into inland, it's probably going to start to weaken, and that will eventually taper off the overall rain total. So you can see it gets much lower as you go off to the north, as that system kind of moves off to the north. So definitely something to watch though over the next several days. All right, let me get to the chat. And again, we'll be going over severe weather coverage here in a moment. So if you're just tuning in for that, I'll be getting that in a moment. But otherwise, if you have any questions about the tropics, anything like that, feel free to let me know. Let's go back over to the one in the Gulf of Mexico. Again, here's a look at the one in the Gulf of Mexico as of right now. And again, it's only about 100 to 150 miles south of Houston right now. So it's definitely an area to watch. Again, this will be something to watch very closely for over the next several days. Let me turn it over to the tropics. There we go. All right, cool. Welcome on in, everybody, by the way. If I haven't said hi to anybody, but hope you guys are all doing well. I'm doing great, Moxie. How about you? I'm very tired. Again, if you're just tuning in, I was on a trip, and I got up at 4 a.m. this morning, and I've not slept since. So I had 5 hours of sleep, but I think I'm probably 17 hours into my day now or something like that. But yeah, I am very tired. Just got back from my trip, and then I go back on Friday to my next trip. So yeah. Hey, Kobe, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, again, this is a system over in the Gulf of Mexico. We'll have to watch it pretty closely. But again, it's heading off to the north. It's kind of the track as of right now. Yeah, and here's a look at the computer models and where it's bringing it. And most of them, again, bring it probably towards areas like North Texas. But again, all the rain will primarily happen here on the eastern side. So we're not going to be seeing much in terms of, central and western Texas. If you see any rain, it won't really be from this, most likely at least. Some rain might count, maybe an isolated shower or something like that, but nothing beyond that. All the most widespread rain will be kind of on the eastern side of this area of development right now. That's good to hear. Good to hear that you're doing well. I ate the salad. I haven't had salad in like a week. I did not eat really well at all last week. I ate so much just crap food, honestly. 8:49? I don't know what time it is anymore. I've been up for how long? 5 plus 12. I've been up for 17 and a half hours. Almost. I'm about to go on to 18th hour now. And again, I ran out 5 hours of sleep and I went on a flight this morning, so it's been pretty crazy. Would like to see some rain in Arlington, Texas. You might get some out of this. I'm not going to lie. You definitely could get some out of this. But again, it's going to be probably pretty minimal for DFW. Yeah, I had a great time. It's just the flight was such a bad time for me. I am such a night person. I'm not a morning person, but I am surviving so far. We're doing fine. I'm actually surprised. I have not taken a nap at all today. It's been a long day, to say the least. All right, cool. Now, if you're just tuning in for the first time, I would appreciate it again if you hit the like button. Let's go ahead and hop over again. This is a look at the United States. Let me go back over to the W. All right, this is a look as of right now again at the ongoing developments. We'll go over to severe weather coverage here in a second. I do have to change my title for that, but again, that's kind of what we're looking at as of right now. I don't know my forecast again. I might do another watching the tropics episode tomorrow. We'll see. I've done a lot of those recently, but it's probably what my video will be for tomorrow. All right, let's hop over to the severe weather as of right now. Let me change my title real quick and all that fun stuff. Just give me 1 second. Again, if you're just tuning in for the first time, I would appreciate again if you hit the like button and subscribe. I think we're only like 20 subscribers away from 8,000. I think we're pretty close. I can't remember because I am tired. All right, title is changed. I also got to change my thumbnail. That'll take 2 seconds. By the way, I'm not reusing the same thumbnail that I've been using like 1,000 times recently on my live stream. So if anybody was wondering about that. All right, cool. Okay. All right, here's a look at the ongoing severe weather, though, as of right now. Again, if you're just tuning in for the first time, we were going over the tropics. Now we're going to hop over into severe weather. That's kind of my plan in this forecast. Anyways, we do have some severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing. We got some severe thunderstorm watches. We actually got one down near Atlanta, apparently, but we're not going to really pay attention too much to that. We're primarily focusing on the storms across the northern plains and as well as high central plains. That's kind of what we're looking at as of right now. There's also one over in Minnesota. We'll be paying attention to those storms as well. Here's a broad look at things, though, as of right now. We got a severe thunderstorm watch again ongoing for those in eastern South Dakota. It goes also into far extreme southern portions of North Dakota and western portions of Minnesota. This is an area that we'll have to watch for the potential for some damaging winds up to 80 miles per hour. We've already seen that threat up to 70 at this point, as well as the quarter-sized hail threat. That's what we're looking at as of right now in these areas. Severe thunderstorm watch is actually still ongoing down here in northern Kansas. We'll take a look at that as well here in just a moment. I'm not entirely sure a whole lot's going up there, but or excuse me, that's Nebraska. Again, I have run off no sleep, so I might be saying some names wrong and stuff tonight, but up in northern Nebraska, that's an ongoing severe thunderstorm watch up until 11 p.m. Central Time. Also until, I believe this is also 11 p.m. Central Time, this is going until that time, damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour and as well as some quarter-sized hail possible there. Most of the severe weather has already moved out of this area, though, in far northern South Dakota. So that's what we're looking at as of right now in terms of that severe weather. All right, let's go from west to east. So as of right now, we have one storm ongoing here. This is near Ladner, North Cave Hills, Table Mountain, and South Cave Hills. This is moving off to the northeast. Looks like some quarter-sized hail as of right now is the main threat with this storm. This will be going toward 85 over the next several minutes. And again, that's going to be expiring at 9:15. So it's moving off to the northeast. Most of these storms over down here in the northern plains right now are moving off to the east, northeast, or northeast, depending on where it is. But that's moving off, again, with some quarter-sized hail. This storm back up here to the northeast of that cell, this warning actually expires in 8 minutes. That was actually for this cell. But there's a new cell entering that area. That's going to have the potential for some quarter-sized hail, maybe some damaging winds as well, up to 60 miles per hour. That'll also be a storm watch as it goes toward Scranton, if I'm saying the name right, as well as Reeder. So those areas will be getting hit by another storm here pretty shortly. That's moving off to the east-northeast at about 20 to 25 miles per hour. Again, main threats, quarter-sized hail, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. Here's another storm ongoing right now. This is near Reeder as well. This is producing some damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour and as well as the potential for half-dollar sized hail. Again, that'll be moving off to the northeast. This storm has been producing some more significant threats. We also got a storm back out here to the east that's also producing some quarter-sized hail and as well as some damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Elgin's going to be in the track. Actually, I think this is going off to the east more. Let me take a look at the overall track over the last several minutes. It's moving a bit more to the northeast. It should stay to the south, it looks like, of Elgin, but maybe this storm back out here to the west might go toward that direction. This will be heading probably towards areas like Carson and maybe Flasher, or maybe just staying on the outskirts of those areas. But again, it's moving off to the east-northeast as of right now. Definitely a storm to watch. It was actually a considerable severe thunderstorm warning before. It is now down to 60 mile per hour wind gusts, so it was originally a little bit higher. Back down here to the south, we have another storm ongoing near Bullhead as well as McLaughlin, if I'm saying the name right. That's going off to the east-northeast. That's also producing some damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. That's our main cells as of right now over here. Now we also have some off to the east we'll get to in a second. Most of the wind reports so far seem to be anywhere from about 55 to up to about 65 miles per hour. We have a 67 mile per hour report from 2 hours ago. Other than that, most of the wind speeds recently have seemingly been around 60 to 65. Can't rule out the way up to 70 miles per hour in a storm or two. All right, let's over to this storm, and I think my software already froze, so that's really good time. All right, well, time to refresh my software. Awesome. So what I love to do. All right. All right, let me do this one more time. All right, we'll start with that cell over there. I don't know where it was, to be honest. Again, I'm running off in no sleep, so we're going to see what happens. All right, going up here to the north. Let's go over here into this cell. I believe this was near... All right, this is near Clark and Raymond. This storm actually has a pretty good hail core right now. Just to the southwest of Bradley. That's your hail core. That could actually be as high as $50 to potentially ping pong ball sized hail. So that's actually a bit more of a damaging storm in terms of hail. Overall damaging winds are going to be possible up to 60 miles per hour. Again, the warning expires at 9 o'clock tonight Central Time. This storm, I believe, is moving a bit more off to the east. So yeah, you can see here it's moving a bit more to the east northeast. So Wallace, Florence, Garden City, Bradley, all in the track of this storm over the next several minutes. So that's what we're looking as of right now. Again, this cell potentially has a little bit larger of hail, maybe up to, again, $half, maybe ping pong ball sized hail. So if you have any cars outside, make sure you bring those in tonight. Make sure you stay away from windows as well as these storms do approach your location, because they will definitely have that potential for some large hail tonight. So that's us right now we have over here. We actually have another warning down here over in southeastern portions of South Dakota. This will be going toward Mitchell over the next several minutes. Some damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour will be possible with this cell as well. That's moving off to the east as of right now. Alexandria, Spencer, those areas in the track of this over the next several minutes. Bridgewater, Salem, all those areas going to be in the track of it probably within the next 30 to 45 minutes, maybe the next hour. This storm's moving off to the east as of right now, about 40 miles per hour estimated by radar, which does not seem to, I don't know if it's that fast. Let's see. It might be pretty close to that fast. So it's going about 35, 45 miles per hour, kind of in that range as of right now. So Farmer, probably within the next hour, you'll be hit. And Salem, maybe within an hour, hour and a half or so. All right, let's go back up here to the north. We also have another warning up here in Minnesota. This storm's been ongoing for a while. And it's actually been a bit of a cluster of storms from what it was before. For the most part, though, there's only one area of the severe weather, and that's really an extended portion of the storm. This is off to the west of Silver Bay as of right now, south of Virginia, and also it's really in a rural area, it looks like, as of right now. But this is producing some damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, $half sized hail. This is moving off to the east as of right now, maybe a little bit more to the east-northeast, that sort of direction. Again, this does actually include a pretty good amount of areas. So Hibbing, as well as Mountain Iron, Gilbert, Cherry, Fairbanks, as well as Whiteface, Reservoir, Iron Junction, as well as Murphy Lake, Markham, Bassett Lake, and Zim are all included in this warning. So that's damaging winds, again, up to 60 miles per hour, and as well some $half sized hail. Again, pink areas there are going to represent your larger hailstones. So definitely an area to watch pretty closely. Again, they'll have it be heading down over to the east-northeast over the next several minutes. And then let me go and put this up. I forgot to put that up. But that's as of right now what we got ongoing with this storm. Again, it'll be moving off to the east-northeast. Alrighty, I think that's it for warnings. We have one down here near Georgia. Again, primarily just damaging winds around 60 miles per hour, but we'll primarily be focusing on the ones in the northern plains. Again, if you have any questions about any of these severe weather ongoing, definitely feel free to leave those in the chat. Let me go back over to the radar site, wherever that might be over here. I can't remember. It's over here. Yeah. Go to this one. Again, this is where we've had the most damaging storms at this point. Actually, let me go over the Storm Prediction Center outlook because it's actually been updated. Here's a look at the ongoing outlook for tonight. There is an enhanced risk of severe weather still ongoing. That is pretty much tapering down, though. Most of the severe weather is outside of that region now. We're primarily seeing all the severe weather either up here to the north or over here to the west. So this area pretty much done, it seems like, for tonight. You might see a few more showers or weak storms, but overall, severe weather should be tapering down there. There's still a slight risk of severe weather ongoing all the way up to the north. We actually have a cell, it looks like, trying to develop now in North Dakota. Again, that was the concern tonight. We have a couple of discrete cells trying to develop. If that's able to happen, we definitely could see a tornado threat with those storms. So I'll have to watch those pretty closely. Otherwise, for the most part, all these storms will primarily produce damaging winds and maybe some hail as well. The main hail threat is actually back up here to the north. If I go and show you here, you can see the main hail threat up here near Grand Forks, Fargo. Those areas are the primary areas at this point in the ongoing risk for hail. And that also could go as high as tennis ball sized hail tonight. Also, the damaging wind threat, again, is primarily down here to the south. Again, that's why that enhanced risk was introduced for those in South Dakota. So that's kind of what we're looking at as of right now in terms of the overall risk for tonight in those storms. So that's what we're looking at as of right now. All right, let me zoom back down here. All right, thank you, Nathaniel, as well as weather for subscribing, guys. I do appreciate it. Welcome. Tornado, no, there's no tornadoes as of right now. I don't think we'll see too much of a tornado threat tonight, but we may see one. We might see one or two. And it'll primarily, again, be in North Dakota if there were to be any tonight. My projection at this point. Yeah, I'm going back on a trip on Friday, so I won't have any live streams most likely Friday through Monday. Again, it's kind of the 4th of July weekend. I think most people probably won't be around anyways. But yeah, that's probably what I'll be happening. After that, though, again, I'll be going back to normal in forecasting terms, live streaming, everything like that. July 5th or 6th, one of those days. Yeah, overall, I don't think there's any rotation with these cells. Let me go and pull up the velocities. As of right now, we're looking at primarily damaging winds. I'm not seeing a whole lot in terms of, at least, there's not really any rotation with these cells. Again, these aren't really in a favorable atmosphere for rotation, and they're not really in a good setup. Again, this area has the better chance of that tonight. We also have a cell, again, developing, looks like to the southwest of Devil's Lake, and it's not really had a whole lot developing there. But if any storms do develop again up in North Dakota, we definitely could see a potential for some severe weather. Let's go over to the ongoing. Let me just pull this up. Where is it? All right, there we go. Let's look at the low-level shear as of right now, and it seems to actually be stronger out here to the east, which is pretty interesting. But here's a look at the 700 millibar level. This is your low-level jet, and it actually seems to be fairly weak here as well. Again, this is the area we've seen a bunch of tornado warnings tonight, is up here in Canada. I think we've already seen a couple of tornadoes up there in Canada, and that's associated with that very strong low-level jet. So definitely something to keep in mind. I think that might be a glitch out here to the east, because I don't think the low-level jet is that strong. But other than that, again, Canada's been seeing a few tornado warnings tonight. I'm not sure how many tornadoes they've seen. I think they've at least seen one or two, but that's what we've seen so far tonight. All right, let me go back to this radar at Bismarck. And this is the ongoing cell producing some damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour, and as well as some $half size hail. It's moving again off to the northeast. This is over in the northern plains, Sally. This is over in the northern plains. Why won't you do every day, all day live stream? What? Why don't I do streams every day? Because I don't have time to do streams every day. I'm not sure what that question even means. Thanks, Nancy. I appreciate it. Tornadoes seem to be happening every in the evening most times. Tornadoes usually do happen during the afternoon or evening hours for the most part. That's kind of like the peak. And if you're trying, let me just draw a graph here on the screen here. So this is like, let's just say this is, I don't know, 12 p.m. right here. Let's go to like 6 a.m. the next day. And let's just say this right here is 9 p.m. Usually your tornado threat is kind of like this. Kind of like a little hump usually. That's usually when you see your peak. I mean, it's usually a little bit higher than that, but you gotta get the general gist. I mean, the tornado threat is usually the highest between about 3 to about 8 to 9 o'clock, that kind of time frame. It's usually during the late afternoon and early evening. And that goes with almost all severe thunderstorms too. And most thunderstorms do happen during the mid to late afternoon and early evening, because that's when the most instability is available, the temperatures, all that sort of stuff kind of sets up around that time. So thank you, Basu, as well as CR for subscribing, guys. I do appreciate it. Welcome. No rotation. Nope, no rotation as of right now. But again, there might be a couple of storms that have some rotation later on tonight. Can you touch on the severe weather potential next week? Derecho pattern setting up. I'm not gonna lie. I just came back from a trip. I have not looked further past what's today, Wednesday, so I have not looked anywhere past Friday yet. So I'll look into it. I'll probably, if there's anything that there's to be noted, I'll have a forecast on it tomorrow. Again, I just came back from a week-long trip, and I'm running off of 5 hours of sleep, and I've been up for 19 hours now, so been up since 4 a.m. And it's not to be an excuse, but again, I've been really packed with stuff recently. So but if there's anything to be noted, I'll make a forecast for that tomorrow, and I'll have a video out for you. But as of right now, I haven't heard about anything in terms of that yet. I'll have to look into it. Yeah, no tornado warnings. Nope. We're not looking at a tornado threat for the most part tonight. Again, tornado threat will primarily be up to the north. And again, they'll possibly be ongoing in northeastern North Dakota. It's really going to depend if any storms develop, which so far they have not really developed. So good news there. Hey, Unusual, how you doing? Welcome back. What day are you talking about, by the way? Is there any specific day? Because I can look real quick. Let me look at the jet stream. Look at my other monitor here. Again, if you're just tuning in for the first time, I would again appreciate if you hit the like button down below. And if you're new, hit the subscribe button. I believe we're only like 10 subscribers or something like that away from 8,000. So be a big milestone to hit. As of right now, I'm not seeing anything, at least in the jet stream, that would indicate that we'd see some sort of derecho event next week, or at least any sort of severe weather in general. To be honest, it looks like it'll be pretty much a dry week. Might be some storms up in New England. That's kind of the far out outlook. Let me look at the European model. That was a GFS. GFS model hasn't been overly accurate this year. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot, honestly. I think the weather pattern might be a bit more calm next week. If you have any 4th of July plans, that might not be a bad thing. There might be some storms early next week, though, across like the Central Plains and stuff like that. But overall, I don't see anything that would be prompted to be like some sort of derecho event. Monday through Wednesday, yeah, I just kind of looked at that. I didn't see anything that would really prompt me to believe that there'll be a derecho or anything like that. There might be some severe weather. That's not, out of the question. But overall, we're not looking at any sort of severe weather outbreaks. I at least don't think as of right now. Now, if something changes, I'll keep you updated. But it seems like so far, I don't think we'll see too much. Why does the SBC say there's a substantial risk? Let me look. This is a lot of words. Again, I'm not, I'll try to read through half of it. Let's see. There could be something, but I'm not seeing anything again that's gonna indicate that there will be some sort of derecho. Derechos again are very rare, and they don't usually happen. You know, again, they don't happen that often. So the overall chances right now of a derecho is very low. There could be some severe weather, as I said before, but I don't know if it'll be substantial. We'll have to wait and see. Again, I'll do a bit more of a forecast on that tomorrow if it's needed. But I've not really done much research on it as of now because I literally been at the airport like all day. So. By the way, we got the severe thunderstorm watch. It just got extended back out to the west, so it now includes these areas under the severe thunderstorm warning. So now it does include actually Bismarck. So this thunderstorm watch is still ongoing until 1 a.m. So Bismarck now included in the watch, as well as Mott. Mott was already in the severe thunderstorm warning. So just a new update there. Meteorology takes time. Now I'm telling you, I'm so tired. I'm surprised I'm even streaming, to be honest, right now. No problem, weather. Yeah, again, I'll have a forecast if there's anything to be noted. Yeah, we'll see. I'll have to look into it a bit more. Again, I haven't done a whole lot in terms of looking at beyond Friday, so I'll take a look at it. Probably tomorrow I'll take a look at it. I won't take a look at it later tonight. I'm going to go to bed after this live stream, which I don't know again. This live stream might be a little bit long. We'll see. Yeah, if you're just tuning in for the first time, we got some ongoing severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's kind of wrap through those again. The one over here in Minnesota is actually obviously expired. There's no reassurance on that. There's a couple of warnings ongoing. Again, we got a couple right now in South Dakota. These ones are moving off to the northeast as of right now, going towards Bismarck. Again, potential for some damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour. And as well as the potential for some half-dollar sized hail. Again, that's going toward Mott. It'll be moving off to the northeast. That is a storm that we'll be watching pretty closely. Again, that's going to be going toward 21 as well. And that's probably our worst storm as of right now, by the way. So that's definitely a storm to watch in terms of damaging winds and also large hail. Quarter-sized hail, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour possible with this area of storms. For the most part, I'm not seeing a whole lot, I don't think, at least in terms of hail. It could definitely be up to quarter, but it should be, for the most part, on the lower end. Damaging wind threat does not seem to be overly high with this, but it definitely could be potentially, again, up to 60. I would expect most of that is probably around 50, though. More of just a strong storm more than anything. This warning is still ongoing for McLaughlin, and I believe this one will probably be able to be canceled or even expire. And we also have one down here near Mitchell. Again, that's been producing some damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. That's moving off to the east, and that's what we actually got as of right now for warnings. So that's good news there. Also a storm down there in Colorado, but it's only a strong storm as of right now. Usually if I have any videos, they're around noontime. Like recently, if it's been between about 12 to 2 o'clock, that time frame. But it could be slightly later than that. I don't know how long I'm going to sleep tonight because I have basically not slept at all the last 2 days. Saturday's outlook. I don't think anything's gonna happen. But Saturday, I don't know if there was gonna be a whole lot on Saturday. Let me look at the forecast here. Again, I've not looked anywhere past Friday, but I'll look real quick for Saturday. All right, let's see. Yeah, there might be a little bit of severe weather. It looks like maybe closer to like possibly like the Midwest area, maybe. I would expect the overall threat though on Saturday to probably be a little bit low too. Maybe the Central Plains, maybe even like the Eastern Plains, like Missouri and whatnot. The overall threat seems to be pretty low right now for those days. You've seen hail this week, really? Nice. Thank you, Marion, by the way, for subscribing. I do appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. I think the stream delay, by the way, is like no seconds at all anymore. Used to be like 5 to 10 seconds. Instead of live streams, will you take a chance of making a vlog about tornadoes? You mean like going storm chasing? I might someday, but right now I probably won't for at least like another year. I might someday. We'll see. Hey, Christian, how you doing? Welcome back. You're good. You're good, Virginia. Thanks, Bugs. I appreciate it. Yeah, again, it's been a long day so far. It's been a very long day. I got coffee at 6 when I got to the airport. Boarded at like 6:30 or something like that. Now we're here. We're now live. By the way, I believe we are now 1 subscriber. We literally need 1 subscriber to hit 8,000 subscribers. So if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Just 1 more to hit the milestone of 8,000. Just need 1 more subscriber. That is actually incredible. Also, we're like 19 likes away from 100. Not nearly as much of a milestone, but I would appreciate if you hit the like button. Again, we'll keep you updated with the latest. If you have any questions, again, on any of the weather ongoing, feel free to let me know. This live stream, again, will probably be at least an hour long or so. And we've officially hit 8,000 subscribers. That is insane. I'll take a picture of that real quick. I do appreciate everybody's support. I can't believe we've actually hit 8,000 subscribers. I didn't really think it would happen, but that was actually our goal for this month that I set like 1 week ago when we were at like 7,800. So I do appreciate everybody subscribing, though. It really does mean the world to me. And I do appreciate everybody supporting the page. That is our, again, we've hit our milestone of 8,000 subscribers. And one of those, by the way, is Reed Timmer. So there you go. I went to Virginia. Unusual. Had a little trip there. I don't know if you noticed by my shirt. The Busch Gardens. I don't think this face cam is angled far enough down what I'm seeing. It's fine though, whatever. Yeah, I brought my laptop and whatnot. It's kind of what I'd usually do. We have a new warning, by the way, for this storm over here to the east. This includes Solon, Cannonball, Fort Yates, and Selfridge. This is for the potential for damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour and as well as some quarter-sized hail. So that's a new warning. Again, heading off to the northeast. So again, damaging winds being the main threat of that storm. And we also have one again down near Mitchell. We'll be watching that one pretty closely. But ongoing, again, damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour. Considerable threat with this storm. Again, heading off to the northeast. So make sure you're staying away from windows if you're in any of this area. Again, that's going towards Cannonball, 24-6, 1806. Those areas all on the track basically of this storm. Again, it's moving off to the northeast as of right now. Got a storm back out to the west of that. That's pretty much just a strong storm at this point. Not a whole lot in terms of severe weather there. One near Mott as of right now that's producing some damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour and as well as, again, some half-dollar sized hail. So those are our main storms as of right now. Someone uses Windows 10. I purposely didn't upgrade. I don't know why. I just haven't. Windy weather radar. Oh, I've never used Windy. I've used Windy. I don't know about the weather radar though. Thank you, Hammer NATO, by the way, for the $5 super chat. I really do appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Really do appreciate that. Appreciate your support. That was our first super chat since being on vacation, by the way. By the way, welcome back, Gene. How you doing? Welcome back. You're doing well. El Reno tornado. It's very unlikely. I mean, if we were to have one, it would require like, I don't know. I just don't think that's gonna happen. Very unlikely. Thank you, Vicky, as well as Leela for subscribing, guys. I do appreciate it. Welcome. Hey, I appreciate that, Lauren. Thank you. In Virginia, nice. I was just in Virginia this morning. You totally brag about Timmer being a new subscriber. No, I'm not gonna brag about it. It's cool to have Reed Timmer as a subscriber, but yeah, check out Canada. I wish I could, Sunshine, but I don't have access to those radars on this software. Again, I might do some sort of Canada live stream at some point, but it probably would not be until next year, the earliest. I'd probably use like Radar Scope or something like that for it. Again, Hammer NATO, I do appreciate your $5 super chat. Hope you're doing well as well. All right, let's see. All right, this warning probably be canceled, by the way. Again, ongoing watch. It just got extended to Bismarck. That's the main area, at least, that's gotten extended in watch. It goes until 1 a.m. this morning. And we got a 62-mile-per-hour wind gust report, by the way, over Aurora County in Plankinton. Saying that right? That was about 45 minutes ago. That's with the cell down there over near Mitchell. So that's been producing some significant damaging winds as well. Thank you, Jathan, by the way, for Hopefully I'm saying your name right. But thank you, Jathan, for the $5 super chat as well. I do really appreciate your support as well. Thank you. Thank you. Do appreciate it. That pays off for the coffee that I bought this morning at the airport. That cost like 10 bucks. Do appreciate it though. Thank you. If I didn't have that coffee this morning, I probably wouldn't be live streaming right now. Just gonna be real. Let's see. Just stare at the tropical storm. Again, if it develops, it's gonna be fairly minimal. Just a little bit higher waves, some rain. It's really gonna be just for the most part, it's not gonna do much. It's gonna bring rain, which Texas really needs. So, yeah, I mean, overall, it's gonna be probably not a bad thing. Hello from Texas. Nice. There's like a cell around there in Mobridge, South Dakota. I am honestly not 100% sure of where that is. Is that down here to the south? I'm assuming. Not entirely sure where that is. We got some showers. Again, most of these storms producing some gusty winds. If you're down here, if you're up here in northern South Dakota, those are primarily producing, again, potential severe weather. So that's what we're looking at right now. I have no clue, Virginia. Sorry to hear that, Daniel. Sorry to hear that. Hey, Gene, how you doing? You're doing well. We had a very above average tornado season to start this year. It was going to be like record breaking. It was kind of on track for it. And really just kind of stopped. Yeah, I wasn't on Starbucks coffee. That's kind of the sad thing. Starbucks is usually a little bit cheaper at airports. What about Missouri? My daughter is in a mission trip. Oh, that's awesome. I don't think anything's happening there today, Lauren. There might be some severe weather beyond today. I don't think you'll see much tomorrow, but there might be some possibly Saturday. Again, I'll have a forecast, a bit more of a futuristic outlook probably out tomorrow. So just make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications for that. Get update with the latest on that. Hey, Tony, how you doing? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, if you have any questions about any of the severe weather ongoing, feel free to let me know. Again, this storm does not seem to be getting a new warning. There might be a new warning for at least some quarter-sized hail. Other than that, most of these storms producing some damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour, and again, some $half sized hail possible as well. Other than that, this is the main storm as of right now. We've been watching. Again, it's going toward Moat or Mott, one of the two names there. And this is the other one going towards Solon, and as well as Cannonball. Again, that's going until 10 o'clock tonight Central Time. So those are our two cells as of right now that I've been primarily focusing on. Caramel frap. I like the double chip frappuccino there. Not bad. Yeah, there's definitely a chance that we still see some more tornadoes, but overall, the tornado threat usually diminishes, or at least dies down a little bit more as we go throughout the year, especially during the summer. Usually the tornado threat, for example, nowadays is kind of shifted up here during like the summer. Canada, for example, they've seen a few, I think they've at least seen a couple of tornadoes today, if not a few. So the overall threat starts to shift a bit further up to the north during the summer, which is pretty typical. No problem, Lauren. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, you should be fine. Nothing too significant, it doesn't look like there. Peter drinks coffee. I only drink coffee if I need to, which today was a day I needed to. I've been up for almost 19 hours now, so... Thank you, Desert, as well as Chris, by the way, for subscribing. I do appreciate it, guys. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. I'm tired. I know. I am very tired. Bowling ball sized hail. Yeah, that's, I don't think that's ever happened, but depends on what kind of bowling ball you're talking about. If you're talking about like those small bowling balls, possibly. Again, this is usually our interactive live streams, by the way. This is kind of like their Let's Talk Weather sort of series, if you're new here. These are a little bit more interactive when that's kind of on the lower end in terms of severe weather. So, again, if you have any questions about any of the severe weather, anything at all to talk about, feel free to let me know. Again, I'm very tired, so that's kind of where we're at this point. No problem, Lilia, saying that right? No problem at all. Appreciate you tuning in. Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts is, that was always where I went, and then I kind of changed to Starbucks. Just naturally, because there's really not really many Dunkin' Donuts where I live. Yeah, I'll have a video out again tomorrow, probably around lunchtime or 2 o'clock, somewhere in that range. Hey, James, how you doing? Welcome back. Apple-sized hail? Does National Weather Service actually have apple-sized hail as a thing? North Carolina? You're not seeing that severe weather tonight. You're talking about tonight. There's not going to be any severe weather over there. Oh my God, I can't even talk. But yeah, North Carolina should be fine. I think you guys are like in a high pressure ridge, aren't you? Pretty sure there's a, the cold front came through yesterday. How long will the stream be? Really until I want to end it. That could be at any point. See what happens. That's interesting, unusual. Is that a Canada thing or is that actually a United States thing? Canada has some weird measurements on hail. I've seen their warnings before. I don't know what in the world they are, but we have a new wind report, by the way, on this cell that is, again, this is near Adams County in Nebraska, or Nebraska, I keep saying Nebraska, North Dakota. This is a new area that we had a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust report from a trained weather spotter, and as well as some dime-sized hail. So those are the two threats we've seen reported with really the heart of the storm at this point. So that's a new report again on this storm. So the overall threat level may get dropped down to 60-mile-per-hour winds. We'll have to wait and see. But we're looking at as right now in this cell. Not bad, Virginia. They're not bad. Sandwiches at Starbucks aren't terrible. On the Gulf, Floyd, if you want to go to the very beginning of this live stream, you'll get more information on it. If I were to mention it now, it would be very brief. So just go to the very beginning of this live stream. I talked all about it. So stop over there and you'll get the latest on all of that. It's literally just like start from the very beginning of this live stream. You'll get more information on the tropics. Because I had a whole discussion about it for the first like 20 minutes or 15 minutes, however long it was. Or you can watch our latest Watching the Tropics episode, but I would just recommend watching the live stream. It has more information for you. Have a good night, John. Appreciate you stopping by. Have a great night. Hey, Asha, how you doing? Welcome back. No problem, Floyd. Am I ending it? No, I'm not ending it. No, not yet. We'll see how long it goes. If you're just tuning in, I was, again, on a flight very early this morning. Got up at 4 a.m. Haven't slept since. So, been running off of 5 hours of sleep, and we're going to see how long it goes, but who knows? Yeah, it's a possibility, James. It's definitely going to bring some rain. It'd primarily be to areas like, East Texas. I don't expect it to really impact a whole lot of DFW. There might be some scattered showers, obviously a very significant increase in humidity, but the overall threat at this point will be pretty low for DFW. Hey, Emmanuel, how you doing? Welcome. How you doing today? Yeah, the Caribbean, yeah, there's another storm also ongoing down there. Again, if you are just tuning in, there's a couple of areas that we've been watching. Again, go to the very beginning of this live stream or even just hop over or watching the Tropics latest episode for the more information, but we have a couple of ongoing systems. Again, we have a 40% chance of development just south of Texas to potentially become a tropical storm. We also have an ongoing potential tropical cyclone 2 that's over near South America. So we have a couple of systems to watch pretty closely. Both of them not to become anything beyond a tropical storm, by the way. The one near Texas likely to not exceed anything beyond a low-end tropical storm, so maybe 45-mile-per-hour winds or something in that regard, but nothing too crazy I don't expect at this point. Hey, Kiki, how you doing? Welcome. Storm to the east looks like it's forming a hook echo. Not really. I mean, it might be forming like a false hook, but none of these storms, again, are going to really rotate. This is not an atmosphere over here where they have really any sort of good low-level jet or even low-level shear to be able to really rotate, and the overall setup is just not there for these storms for tornadic development. So overall, tornado threats can be very low over here, a little bit higher up here near far northern North Dakota, but really we haven't seen a whole lot of storm development up there, so that might really be almost nothing up there, but we'll have to wait and see. $110 heat index? Really? Yeah, heat index has been high. It depends on where you are, though. I mean, all across the United States, it's been hot, honestly. No problem, Jathan. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you again for your $5 super chat from earlier. I do appreciate it. Have a great night. See you again soon. How many times have I dreamed about tornadoes? Actually, a lot when I was a kid, but not really recently. Roblox ads kind of play, I think, every like 45 minutes. It's like automated. No, tornado threat again is gonna be very low tonight. If you're going to see any tornado threat, it's gonna likely be in here where we have a little bit of low level shear and a little bit of a low level jet, but overall the threat is very low and there's not really any development up there anyways. But yeah, honestly, tonight the tornado threat's very low. There will be also a tornado threat tomorrow, but it's also a very low threat as well. And that's kind of closer to areas like Michigan, like northern Michigan, and as well as Wisconsin. So those are the two areas tomorrow that we'll have to watch. Yeah, these arrows, if you see this arrow, it's just a computer generated track. So it's nothing to really be concerned about. It just kind of shows you where it might be going. It's not always accurate, but it is going off to the northeast as right now, at least this cell is. Hey, Aaron, appreciate it. Welcome back. You play Roblox? That's nice. I've never played it. I never plan on playing it. Congratulations, though. All right. You'd like to see. I mean, honestly, you know, a lot of people. This is kind of one of those things, and I mentioned it one live stream before, and I think I was a little bit smaller when I mentioned it. But honestly, the cape values don't really make. It doesn't really always make or break severe weather events. You do not need a value above 0 in terms of a cape value to have tornadic activity or really any severe weather in general. You might actually be shocked by this, but I can't remember what tornado it was. It might have been the Moore, Oklahoma tornado. I don't know if it was that one. It might have been something else, but it was a very strong, damaging, deadly tornado. I think it was in Oklahoma that had basically 0 joules per kilogram, which means there was no instability in terms of at least the cape value, and it produced a strong tornado even though there was a value of 0. So it doesn't actually mean that you can have a value of 0 and you could still see severe weather. It's obviously a possibility, and it's been obviously proved. So it's something to kind of keep in mind. I mean, a lot of people think you need a very high cape value, like a 5,000 to have severe weather. You really don't. You don't need anything to actually have severe weather. And we've seen, I can't remember what the tornado was. I'm going to see if I can look it up. I learned it in aviation weather. Let's see. I mean, obviously, it obviously represents instability, but you don't need instability to have like a tornado or something like that. I can't remember though when it was a tornado. I just can't remember which one it was. And by the way, the cape values are really determined by temperatures aloft, and there's a certain range and soundings that you can kind of determine it from. So again, I might do a video on it at some point, but it's a bit more of a detailed topic. Where the storm is coming into the Caribbean, yeah, it's going to stay primarily south. It's going to go really directly west from where it is right now, so it'll be going towards Central America, so maybe towards Costa Rica, those areas. December 10th at 1,000 to 1,500. Yeah, I mean, even then, yeah, you see weak instability, but still produced, you know, tornado. You don't need instability though. It really is not it's not a necessity. Let's take a look at the instability right now. I don't think we have really an example of it because this is more severe weather. It's not tornadic. Let's see. This is a look at the surface-based instability. And yeah, you can see the values right now, 4,000. I mean, there's a lot of instability over here. We're still, look at this. There's a severe thunderstorm warning over here near Duluth. There's no instability at all. So again, you don't need instability really, but we have a new warning, by the way. This is actually new. Damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, half-dollar size tail near Silver Bay. This actually has only a hook here. I don't think it has any, yeah, not a whole lot of rotation here, but there is definitely some stronger winds with this cell. Definitely see the hail threat as of right now. Again, that's going towards Silver Bay. So Silver Bay in the track of it, north of 2 harbors. It might have been Virginia. I can't remember though. Can't remember. See you later, Daniel. Appreciate you stopping by. If you're Pirate in the Caribbean. It's a good one. Shannon, this is up in the northern plains. This storm specifically is over here in the Midwest. I was just showing you because it has a little bit of a hook, but not a whole lot. Again, the overall 20th threat over here is very low. We don't really have much of a low-level shear over this direction, but it definitely has an interesting setup. Definitely some large hail, though. That's without a doubt. Pretty strong storm there. Again, if you're just tuning in for the first time, make sure to hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe if you're new here. Again, we'll keep you updated with the latest. Do live streams like this all the time, so by hitting the subscribe button, you're not gonna miss a thing. Sounds good, Christian. All right, let's see. By the way, this warning over here for Elgin, as well as Mott, saying the name right, this is a new warning for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, quarter-sized hail, so it got downgraded from 70 to 60 miles per hour. We had some small tree branches down, estimated of 1.5 inches in diameter over near Reeder, as well from this cell that's moved off to the northeast, so just a new little update there. And again, this cell's been producing the damaging wind threat at around 70 miles per hour, and as well as some quarter-sized hail. That's going towards Cannonball right now, and as well as Solon. So I'll be moving off to the northeast. No problem, Shannon. Look at Canada's National Weather Service. I'm not gonna lie, I've never looked at their National Weather Service before. I just slammed my keyboard. But yeah, I've never looked at it, so I don't even know how you look at it. Canada severe weather. Let's see. See the watches and warnings. Funny, I've actually never looked at their weather information before. Well, I don't know why I would ever, because I don't ever cover their weather, but I don't know how you do that. I don't know how their whole system works. I know they have some weird hail measurements, though. National Weather Service Canada? Is it really just called National Weather Service? Huh, that's interesting. Wait, does the United States National Weather Service do Canada too? Do they actually do that? I think they did. All right, where my live stream? Okay, there we go. Got a lightning alert. It was told to take shelter. That was 5.2 miles away. Well, yeah, even if lightning's ever with it, if you ever hear thunder, you should always go indoors. Don't ever stay outside, because I mean, it can strike from 5, 10, 15. I mean, it can strike from several miles away from you. Like, it literally can go from 10 miles away, and it can literally strike you. I mean, it's a possibility. Hey, Michael, how you doing? Welcome back. How you doing today? Florida always gets rain. Yeah, Florida is it's a different state. It's all up and down all the time. It's weird. I recommend living in Florida. Florida's gotten more populated over the years. Honestly, like the East Coast isn't, well, East Coast can sometimes be bad, but East Coast isn't bad, I don't think. Or like New England, you want snow. Unusual, that's happened to me too once. I can't remember when it was. I think it might have been in Texas, but there's lightning that just struck right next to our house. It was crazy. All right, let's look at this storm again. This is the one that's moving again off to the northeast toward Cannonball and Solon. Look at the velocities as of right now. Again, the brighter colors representing your stronger winds, so that's again going toward Cannonball right now. Could be as high as 70 miles per hour. Otherwise, for the most part, again, no rotation with this cell, which is good news. So definitely something to still watch, but overall still a minimal threat. And again, over near Duluth, this storm's moving off to the east. This one has had a little bit stronger of a area of storms here. Again, stronger winds overall, stronger downbursts. No rotation, as I mentioned before, but winds could definitely be as high as 60 to 65 miles per hour. This storm's also producing some half-dollar sized hail, and the hail threat is really right here. That's again west of Silver Bay. So this will be moving off towards Silver Bay over the next several minutes. Two Harbors also just off to the north of there. This is a fairly rural area, I'm pretty sure. So overall, pretty good news since it's not really in a populated area, but definitely a storm to watch pretty closely as it moves out to the east. Your air conditioner set to 72. Mine's set to like 79. Hey, Roy, how you doing? Welcome back. You're doing well. That's awesome. Nice. Arkansas. Yeah, not gonna lie, I've never really been to Arkansas other than just driving through it. Summer in Florida has a lot of heat or a lot of rain. Yeah, I would imagine. They usually get storms during the summer. I mean, they get them every day, basically, because of all the moisture and sea breezes, a bunch of factors kind of play into it. Hey, Savannah, how you doing? Welcome back. There's really ping pong ball size tail, was there? I think I remember seeing something, but I don't remember it being that high. That might have been. Might have just been a delayed report. Duluth? Is that a Duluth? Duluth? Is that how you say it, Tim? Duluth. That's good to hear, Roy. Good to hear. Yeah, this is the cell over here near Cannonball. It's now down to damaging winds of 60 miles per hour, so good news on that storm. Let's go back over here. Remember to look at the one over here in eastern and northeastern Minnesota. Again, if you have any questions about any of the ongoing severe weather, feel free to leave those in chat. Again, this is a very interactive live stream tonight. Again, if you have any questions and if you want to hit the like button down below, I would really appreciate it. Make sure to hit the subscribe button as well. We only need one more like for 150, so I would appreciate if you hit the like button. Subscribe again to our YouTube channel. We are now on the road for 9,000 subscribers. We'll ever see if that ever happens, but you never know. All right, let's see. Time for a new venture. There you go. Yeah, that's how you do it. Move to a different state. Arkansas. Again, I don't even know what's Arkansas to begin with. I know Little Rock is there. I don't know if there's a whole lot there, but yes, weather. I believe I was live for that. I was live for that. Yeah, I was live for the 6. I don't know if it was 6 inches. It was close to it though. But yeah, I was live for that weather event. That was actually my most viewed live stream, I'm pretty sure, ever. Was that one. I think my peak concurrent viewers was like 1,100. Isn't the record 8 inches in Vivian? I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but I mean, in the United States, maybe. I don't think it's not the world record is in the United States though, in terms of a hail size. Ellie, dust devils can, but tornadoes can't. Dust devils though are not, that common. It depends on where you are, but they're usually not that common. Thanks, Kiki. I appreciate it. Michael, I am far away from 9,000. I can say that, but you never know. Maybe one day. We are we just literally hit 8,000 subscribers in this live stream, so. O2L? Which one's that, James? Are you talking about the one in the Gulf? I don't know what NATL is. Because there's only 2 invests. There's one over in the Pacific, and there's also one in the Atlantic. There's also like 2 over near Japan or something. Hey, Brian, how you doing? Welcome back from Scotland. Hope you're doing well. Last time I was in live was when you were at like 32K. Really? That's a long time. Virginia, I don't think there's any bots in this chat. I would have noticed if there was any. Do I like water spouts? Water spouts, I honestly, they're better than tornadoes because they don't really do any damage. Usually, at least. But they're cool to see. I mean, usually they're not near land or anything. If you're on like a cruise ship or something, it might be cool to see. I don't think I've ever seen one though. I feel like I have at one point, but it was like forever ago. What kind of bots? I don't know. Northern Atlantic. I don't think there's even any systems up there, is there? Let me look at the satellite imagery here. Are you talking about the one up in New England? Or are you talking about the one over, like, in between Canada and England. There isn't really much up there. The only systems that really have any sort of tropical being at this point is really down over in the Gulf of Mexico, so near Texas, and as well as the one, again, tropical cyclone 2, that's to the east of Costa Rica, just to the north of Venezuela. That's really the only systems that have any potential at this point. Thank you, Michael, by the way, for subscribing. I do appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you. All right, let me go over velocities again. Let's take a look. Look at the velocities. Again, not any rotation, as I kind of said before. It looks like it has a hook, but it's kind of a false hook at this point. Again, it's going towards Silver Bay, so in those areas, just keep that in mind. In every live stream, you've never seen a bot? Oh, I see bots all the time, and it's in really everybody's live streams on YouTube. They usually don't come in until like later in the live stream, though. It's kind of weird. Sunshine's not a bot. What do you mean? Sounds good, Gene. Appreciate you tuning in. Enjoy your dinner or whatever you're going to eat. I hope you have a great night as well. All right. Let's go back up here. We have a new marine warning. This is a special marine warning. So this is for the potential for knots exceeding 34 knots, and as well as up to potentially somewhere around penny to dime-sized hail. So new special marine warning. I usually don't even cover those, by the way, because we usually don't do any storms along these coasts, so that's kind of funny. We got a new warning, by the way, over here, over in South Dakota. This is near Mobridge, going toward Eureka, and this is for the potential for some damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, and as well as some quarter-sized hail. That is our new warning as of right now there. That's going to be moving off to the east-northeast. That's going toward Mound City. Again, your hail cores as of right now, there's one here south of Pollock, and as well as one to the southwest of Mound City. Again, moving off to the northeast as of right now. That's your track, again, with that storm. Thunderstorms tomorrow with hail, really, in Brian? In Scotland? You're going to drink coffee so you can watch me? I've been awake. I don't even know how many hours now. 11 o'clock, let's see. I've been alive. I've been awake for 19 hours now, believe it or not. And I've ran off of 5 hours of sleep, and I went on a plane and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, it's been a long night. No problem, the one. Appreciate you tuning in. Really, James? It's interesting. Yeah, if you can take a picture of it, definitely feel free to send that in to me. Love seeing cloud photos. Sunshine, you're good. No, you're totally fine. I don't know why Virginia is so mad at you. I need to get some sleep out now. I know it. See whenever I go to bed. Moxie, I've never gotten my hair done before, so I can't answer that question. Well, I never gotten a haircut. All right, let's go back to the storm again. This is the one over here in eastern Minnesota. Again, it's moving off to the east as of right now. Damaging winds again up to 60 miles per hour, and as $half sized hail as possible. And it's going to be going towards Silver Bay. That's really the only town or city included with this. Anywhere near 61, just to the south of 1, are included in this warning. And there's also the ongoing special marine warning, which is really for anywhere going toward really northern Michigan. That's going to be the next area and track of this storm. It'll probably take an hour or two to get there. This is the ongoing cells, though, as of right now, that are producing that threat for some winds that could potentially, you know, play around with the boats out there and potentially cause some damage as well with the hail threat. So I don't know really if anyone's boating at this point. It's kind of late. I'd be kind of surprised. But if there's anybody out there, just make sure, again, you are getting your boat in safely, because again, winds can potentially damage boats and sailboats and really anything in general that can float. That could include a person, by the way. See, I'm not sleepy. I'm tired. It completely fell apart before it reached DFW. Yeah, I mean, the overall storm development's pretty minimal at this point in DFW. It's going to be pretty much minimal until we have that tropical disturbance come our way. That might have been what that's from, by the way, is possibly from that tropical disturbance. That might have been why you saw that, or why it happened in general. That's good, Moxie. All right, cool. All right, cool. Again, if you're just tuning in for the first time, we are covering the ongoing severe weather. Again, this is in the northern plains for the most part. We have one warning over to the east. That is over near Minnesota. We have a new one reported, by the way, of 62 miles per hour over near Selfridge. This is over in North Dakota. That's going towards Cannonball. So 62 mile per hour wind gusts at 9:15. That was about 30 minutes ago. That was estimated by radar, so it actually might have been earlier than that. We also have intense wind causing trees to lean and blowing dust, reducing visibility, also over in Selfridge. So we've had a couple of reports now of at least some damage possibly as well, and that's also causing potentially some visibility issues for those that might be driving. So definitely something to keep in mind if you're in this area. Again, that's in far southern portions of North Dakota at this point, so just keep that in mind. And this is the other cell back out here to the west near Elgin and to the southwest of Carson. This is producing the damaging wind threat up to 60 miles per hour, and as well as potential for some quarter-sized hail. That'll be moving off to the northeast. And again, we have a severe thunderstorm watch ongoing for the next few hours. It goes until 1 a.m. Also got a storm over here off to the north of Duluth, and that'll be moving off to the east. That'll be moving into the Great Lakes. Other than that, that's what we're looking at for the rest of this evening. I'm actually going to end my live stream a little bit early. It's not really early. I mean, I've been up for, I don't know, 19 hours now, so I'm gonna try to get some sleep, and I might go live again tomorrow night. We'll see if anything does end up happening. But I do appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It really does help my page out a lot. I really would appreciate if you join our little max velocity whatever team or something like that. Make sure to hit the like button as well. We're only 8 likes away from 200, so if you hit the like button real quick, if you did enjoy this live stream, I would really appreciate that. Again, make sure to turn on post notifications as well down below so you don't miss a forecast. We'll have some videos out. I'll have a video out tomorrow, probably on the potential for a severe weather outbreak next week, and a little bit more coming out soon. So again, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure to hit the like button. Would really appreciate it. Have a great night, everybody. I really do appreciate everybody tuning in. If you have any questions, make sure to leave those in the Discord. I'll go ahead and link that in the chat. Again, you can click the link that Stream Elements posts if you want to join our Discord server, and I highly do recommend you join that. But other than that, that's pretty much it for tonight. So let me go and real quick get this on here. All right, 1 second. Alright, everybody, have a great night. Appreciate you guys all tuning in, and have a safe night as well. And we'll possibly go live tomorrow. If not, I will probably see you guys, at least in terms of a live stream, up until July 5th. Alright, have a great night, guys. See you guys at the end later.
The storms we chase are leading us, and love is gonna waste what's left, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways.